Okay, so Ugo, what's the dream?
The dream is to be seen, man. To be seen, to be remembered. I always knew, even at a young age, I wanted to entertain. You know, I wanted to be on camera. I wanted to be on stage. I wanted to be in front of a crowd. I always wanted to, or on a TV screen or on a stage. I always wanted to perform. The dream is just to perform and to be able to express myself and be creative. Everything. I told myself, at some point, I was going to get into an aspect or a career area, a career path that was going to allow me to perform and travel. It's a blessing, it is, but that's definitely the dream. The dream is to be seen, to be heard, and to be able to perform and entertain.
This historic franchise has dazzled millions worldwide with trick hoops and alley-oops, celebrating 56 years of exciting basketball. Let's meet your world-famous Harlem Wizards!
I think the first time I realized that this was a calling was, I'm not even gonna lie, I mean, the first game, I still remember it like it was yesterday. It was 2019, Cordova, Tennessee. You can't really simulate being live in front of 400, 500 people, in a town that you've never even heard of, in a state that you typically don't go to. I don't go to Tennessee that often, you know what I mean? So, the Wizards, the Globetrotters, the Generals, whatever, they've been entertainment peoples for like 40, 50, 60 years, you know what I mean? So it's like, this is a recognized brand that, international as well. They've been in China, Jerusalem, Africa, all 6, 7 continents, you see what I'm saying? So this is a thing. This is definitely a thing. This is a big deal to these people that paid their hard-earned money to show up to this event. So that's definitely when it hit me 7 years ago, and 7 years later, it's still a big deal. Is my art a reflection of who I am or who I'm becoming? I think both, honestly, because again, I always saw myself live. I always saw myself as an entertainer. I always saw myself outside or putting myself out there. I've always done that, even when I was a kid. Like, I had no problem getting in front of the class, doing presentations or whatever. Obviously, there's the basketball. They come to see these professional, world-class players that played overseas, some in the NBA, some that still play professionally in the off season, that play Division I, Division II, Division III all across the country. They come for that aspect. What I always tell people when they ask, so you don't play, so how? What exactly do you do? I'm like, come to a game. Just come to a game and see like what I contribute to the event, to the performance. It's just like pro wrestling. It's just like the circus. It's just like theater. It's just like figure skating. It's just like an NFL game or NBA game. Like, yeah, there's the game. There's the actual playing and shooting and dunking and passing and tricks and this, that, and the third. My job as the MC is to set the temperature in terms of what you hear, what you feel, the vibes. If somebody makes a great dunk or a great pass, or somebody falls, or somebody does something funny, I'm like the Morgan Freeman. It's my job to narrate that, or the narrator for Dragon Ball Z. Is like, my job is to just not just give you the play-by-play commentary, but to give you, to help take you by the hand and narrate you through this experience that you're gonna go through for the 2+ hours. And on top of that, play the music. On top of that, be funny. On top of that, make announcements. On top of that, give you another element of entertainment. I love it. So this role that I've been in for so long now it's what I've always wanted, and definitely an extension of myself. Yes, I turn it off when I go home. I'm not you GoBoy when I go home, I'm just Ugo. Or when I'm around my friends or around my homies, it's just Ugo, you see what I'm saying? But when the lights are on and the tip-off goes on and the music starts playing, I have no problem being this guy, because it's fun, but it's definitely another dimension of myself.
What's the biggest fear you've had to overcome in pursuing your dream?
It's a few of them, man. Definitely imposter syndrome. Definitely stagnance. Not living up to my full potential. I used to have this reoccurring dream. I don't really have it anymore, but I definitely had it, when I was at my lowest about 10 years ago, that I was inside a school, or I was inside a building or a house or some type of establishment, and there were windows, but I couldn't find an exit. I couldn't leave. I couldn't find a door. I couldn't find a way out. I could see outside. I'm seeing that it's either nighttime or daytime, but I'm just like, yo, why am I trapped in this building? And I looked it up on online that's like a version of like an imposter syndrome, of like stagnance, of like a need for growth, but or unfulfillment of potential in this, that, and the third. So that was fear, and that's something I still battle. You know, I always have to, it's a daily battle. It's not something that I've like fully overcome, to be fully transparent and fully honest. It's weird, I talked about it on my podcast even. I remember I checked the numbers one time, and you know, I had a video, I got over 1 million views like on YouTube or something on like the channel and this, that, and third, but I still had this nagging voice that nobody's gonna watch this, nobody cares about this. But 1 million people watched it. But still, nobody cares about this. Nobody's gonna watch it. But so, and I still have that even with this. Like, I'll show up to a game if I'm not having a good day, or you know, I'm in my own head, or I'm going through the mentals, or it's a rough day, and I'm just like, man, nobody's gonna like this music. Nobody cares about you. They just came for the basketball. Like, what are you doing here? Like, you don't belong here. You're not worth it. Like, I still battle that, you know, and I think that vulnerability, to me, I've learned to live with it, and I've learned to manage it, and I've learned to embrace it, you know, not to run away from it, not to run away from my vulnerabilities, because I feel like as I'm growing and as I'm getting better and as I'm improving and as I'm evolving, that those insecurities are gonna come along for the ride. It's a part of the journey. You know, it's a part of the journey, it's a part of the story. You know, so I think that it's a healthy fear, but I don't let it control and dictate my mood and my emotions and my demeanor and my disposition anymore. I've done a great job of kind of overcoming that. To anybody that's dealing with that on any level, just know that just one foot in front of the other, you know, just keep moving forward. Do I believe that success is something you chase or something that you create for yourself? I think that success is very fluid. I begin to really grasp that, you know, because I think that everyone has kind of their own definition of success. Like, is it money? Is it attention? Is it fame? Is it notoriety? Is it power? I think for me, when I made the pact with myself about a decade ago that I want to be happy, like what I'm doing, when I'm devoting my time, my energy, my resources, my emotional bandwidth, like whatever I'm like pouring into, it's got to make me happy. Like, I was very close to becoming a full-time classroom teacher or a college professor. I was on that road, like I said, about 10 years ago, before I decided to dive into live entertainment and production. And you know, before I fully took that step and took that plunge to go for that, I really asked myself and had a conversation. I was like, yo, is this gonna make you happy? Or is this gonna make your family happy? Or is this gonna make people around you happy? Is this gonna make you happy? Is this going to make you fulfilled? Are you gonna roll out of bed, or are you gonna go to this whatever, this school or this event or this drive? Are you going to be happy and fulfilled doing this? And you know, it was an honest conversation. I said, no, I wasn't, you know? So like, I couldn't in good conscience and good faith go through with it. And it's one of the best decisions I ever made, you know, because not too long after that, I got hired by the Wizards and was able to find some more other opportunities from that. You know, I talked about it with my boy Abalo, love you, Chris. That I made a promise and a pact to myself and to God and to my people. It's like, yo, like everything I do moving forward for the rest of my life, this isn't just like a phase. Everything I do for the rest of my life is gonna be in the world of production, entertainment, sports, or whatever. It has to be, because that's what brings me joy. That's what brings me fulfillment. That's what makes me happy. And I have no problem. I won't say never, but I just know me, it gives me purpose and it gives me fulfillment. And at the end of the day, I think that whatever you're doing, whatever career path you choose, if you're not asking yourself that question on a daily basis, or you have an answer for that, then you got to reevaluate a lot of things. How do I want people to feel after they experience my work? So it's fun you ask that. It's like, so at the end of every Wizard game, man, I told you I've been doing this almost a decade. It still kind of gives me chills at the end of the night. Like, I'm signing autographs, all the players are signing autographs, and on a nightly basis, I have like an older person or a younger person even like, yo, man, that playlist, yo, I can't believe you played that song or this song, or yo, like, or it'll be like, yo, what do you know about that song? What do you know about Prince? Or what do you know about Michael Jackson? I'm just like, I'm a music guy first and foremost. Like before podcasting, before anything, like I'm a musician. I'm an MC. You know, I got these bars too. Like I don't really lean too much into it now because I've got so many other avenues that I have my hands in on currently. But it's like, I love music. I want people to take away from that, like, yo, this guy gets it. He knows what he's doing, he loves what he's doing, and he's good at what he does. Like, I want people to when they walk away from a Wizard game, or, you know, if they watch my podcast or they do anything that I'm involved in, they're just like, that guy was good. That guy knew what he was doing. I take pride in that, I do. That's part of my Nigerian heritage. You see what I'm saying, 100% of that. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't know what you're doing, somebody's gonna call you out on it, you know, and that person's probably your mom or dad or your sibling or a cousin or an aunt and uncle, but it's probably gonna be yourself too. You know, I know when I didn't make my mark. I know when I haven't done that. And, you know, I hold myself to a high standard. So being able to get that instant, like, reaction, like instant gratification, like that's what you do it for. You wanna be celebrated and you wanna be, honored for your work.
What sacrifices have you made for your art, and were they worth it?
Oh man, how much more time do we got? How many sacrifices? Oh man, I want to say holding a relationship is tough, man. It's tough no matter what job you're in. Like, you know, I think there's the saying Chris Rock said a couple years ago that you ever try to move a sofa by yourself? It's like, that shit's hard. But two people try to move a couch or a sofa, whatever, it's not easy, but it's a lot easier. It's easier. You see what I'm saying? Relationships, when you're a performer, when you're an entertainer, when you're a producer like myself, and you travel a lot, and you know you're so accessible. I'm a public servant, you know, and I'm not a politician, but as a performer, you're a public servant. You really are. I still believe that, you know, one day, you know, God has a plan for me. He's got somebody for me that's gonna understand and you know, be compatible with my career choice or whatnot. But holding a relationship is definitely tough in this line of work. You know, you kind of charge it to the game, so to speak. At times, I've gotten better with it, but at times, sleep as well. You know, getting your 6 to 8 hours. You know, getting your rest. You know, I do so much driving and so much traveling. You know, it's crazy. Like as a kid, you're like, I can't wait to get a car. I can't wait to be able to drive wherever I want to go to. But then, like, you get into this type of line of work and you drive an hour and a half, 6, 7 nights a week. You realize, damn, like, like it's a lot. I mean, time. You do sacrifice a lot of your time, you know. But I've just learned to, and I'm finding ways to reclaim my time, to make time for, you know, friends, for outings, for events and this, that, and third. But it's tough. It's tough. You know, when you sign up to be a performer, when you sign up to be in this world of outside, in front of a camera, on a stage or whatnot, you are giving up a little bit of yourself. You are. It's just, there's no getting around it. But that's part of it. You know, that's part of the contract. But I've gotten better, and I'm continuing to evolve and grow in that area. Definitely time with family, relationships, you know, personal time in general. It's hard to maintain that. It just is. I'm getting there. So you definitely sacrifice that when you decide to get into this career path. What keeps me moving forward, you know, in times of the burnout, I just remember where I was before this. I was at my lowest for a good solid 5-7 years, man. Like, so I was signed to a record label right out of college, and I thought that was like it. Oh man, I got signed to a label. I'm about to do it, man. I made it. You know what I mean? I'm about to be Drake. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be Jay-Z. I'm about to get, you know what I mean, tour and this, that, and third. I was on that trajectory to do that. And it was one of the worst mistakes I ever made. I try not to live in regret, but that's something I definitely do regret. And then I remember the 5 or 7 years afterward when I moved back home, because I was living in Pennsylvania at the time. I moved back to Jersey. And man, just trying to figure it out. You know, I didn't have no car. I barely had $500 to $1,000 in the bank. I'm a substitute teacher. I'm fat. I'm out of shape. I felt like a bum. Like, I really felt like a bum for like the first time in my life. And I got a college degree. So it didn't really make any sense. Like, yo, so I got this degree. Why do I feel like such a bum? Why do I feel like such a giant bucket of wasted like potential? So when I drive to a game, or when I go to a wedding to work photo booth at, or when I'm cutting up reels or creating content for a company that's outsourcing my services, or when I'm producing for somebody. I remember that guy. I do. I owe that guy. I owe that guy because like that guy, substitute teacher at my lowest, I needed that guy to exist, to be this guy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not mad at him. I used to be. I used to resent him. I'm just like, yo, like why am I such a bum? I'm just like, no, this is a part of the process. Like Jordan didn't come in the league and start winning championships. Like he had a lot of L's. I watched The Last Dance, you know what I mean? Like he had a lot of L's, a lot of failure, a lot of hardships. He got cut from the basketball team in high school, you know what I'm saying? Like keeping it to myself, like I owe that guy because that taught me like endurance, that taught me humility. My parents are immigrants, man. I don't have an ego. I don't have pride. I'm not full of myself. Like all that gets stripped away. Like my parents are Nigerian. You see what I'm saying? I'm Nigerian. Like that's not part of the culture. Cool, you was in front of 1,000 people. I need you to take this trash out. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like I think that not forgetting where I was, it absolutely keeps me grounded. It gives me appreciation. It gives me clarity. I got hindsight. It's just like, yo, I needed to be him, and I needed him because he helped drag me along and help me understand that, okay, at that moment, yeah, I'm down, but you're gonna be up. But when you do get up, don't forget where you were 10 years ago. Don't forget that guy, you know, because it's very easy to go back to that, you know what I mean, with just 1, 2, 3 bad moves, you know, so, or really one move, honestly. So understanding where I was a couple seasons ago in the show and where I am now is just a blessing, man. I'm thankful, you know, but not forgetting where I was. I mean, that's what keeps me going, and that's what's always gonna keep me going. If I could send myself a message 10 years from now, the first question I'd ask is like, you know, was it worth it? Because I think 10 years ago, that guy I mentioned before, he would love to have a conversation with like 10 years later me, like, yo, so what was it worth it? Like, what did you go, what were the new set of issues, or what were the new set of mountains to climb? What did you learn from that, you know, from that season or from that, you know, those events or whatnot? That would be the first question. Is like, yo, so, you know, was it worth it? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna go through 10 years from now. I know it's gonna be something, because I went through 10 years of some things to get to here, you know, and I didn't even have an idea. I had no clue, but I know it's out there because life be lifing. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not delusional, I'm not oblivious to that. Having the honesty and just being intentional. You know, that's the other thing I'd ask. I'm just like, are you still intentional? Are you still forthright? Are you still honest and motivated and strong and firm in your purpose? You know, because that's what pulled me out of a lot of dark places, is just that, is being intentional. So I would ask those questions, like, number one, those are two questions that come to mind. Like, was it worth it? And two, like, are you still intentional? Are you still grounded? Like, are you still moving forward, but you're moving in a manner properly? Because that used to be my thing. My thing was always like hashtag moves. And then I kind of scrapped that. I was like, no, like hashtag moving correctly, because you can move in place and not go anywhere. Like I remember I heard Denzel say that. He's like, don't confuse movement with progress, because you can be running in place for an hour, like you're still in the same spot, you're still in the same room. You might be sweating, it might be exhausted, but you ain't go nowhere. Progress is, okay, so I was working for this company, or I was making this much money, or I had these opportunities in 2010, now 2025, what do I have access to now? Who do I have access to now? What rooms can I get into now? Not confusing movement with progress. That would be the third and most important question I'd ask, you know, myself 10 years from now, because I think it's important. Oh man, how's Bravery Studios helped me achieve my dreams, man? When I started my podcast 3 years ago, I had no idea what I was doing or where I was gonna shoot it. Like, I didn't even have a webcam. I was gonna do that off my laptop in my bedroom. I was able to meet Danash from Under Review through a close friend of mine who I graduated with, Ivory Johnson, who lives in Texas. And then I met Marv Perdomo, and you know, it went from me just being a guest on her show to being like, okay, this is a podcast studio and you need to make a podcast. Like, message. Like, what else we need to tell? What else do you need from the universe, bro? Like, you need to read freaking like the five agreements. Like what? Like come on, man. What? Manifestation. Like what else do you need? Like here, the universe literally gave me a ball. I was like, okay, you needed a ball, right? Here. Okay, so what's next? So from Bravery Studios, it empowered me to really take the next step in my journey in terms of being not just a content creator, but to be a better producer. You know, I'd always had the skill to edit audio and edit video, but now, okay, so you got your podcast now. So now you can dress it up and you can cut it up and you can present it the way you actually know how to. Since you got a degree in it, you have the platform to do it now. And now, okay, so what do you want to talk about? You want to interview people? You want to talk about sports? You have an outlet to do that now. You want to meet other podcasters to help grow ideas? You can do that now. You want to get into film? Something that I wouldn't even imagine I'd be in 2 films, let alone be on Amazon Prime or Google Plus Apple Plus or On Demand or Apple TV. I would never in a million years. You always have moments in life or opportunities in life where there's an L waiting for you or there's a dub waiting for you. You'll take that L not realizing that, yo, there's a dub here. There's a win here for you. Take this win. It might not feel like it at first, but that's a win right there. So you gotta take that. I could have very easily just, you know what, I'll just continue to just, you know, do it on my own, or maybe I'll record at home, or I'll figure it out. Like, no, like this is new, this is an opportunity. Like, make the most of it. And at the same time, be yourself, be accessible, ask questions, like try to meet people, try to like grow, try to ask questions. So many opportunities and so many doors open for me when I came to this place. And it wasn't just my podcast, it was just friendships, it was bonds, it was career opportunities. It was avenues that I didn't even know was possible. Now I know that, you know, people are put in your life for a reason, and there are people that are seasonal that, you know, they were there to serve their purpose, and then, you know, you gotta move on from them. And there are moments in life where, like, no, these aren't reoccurring characters that are about to be in your show. These are about to be permanent characters that are gonna be in your show permanently. You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be where your feet are. Like, I really live by that. And when I came here 3 years ago, I didn't just get a podcast. I got a family. You know, I got a creative community of people that they do this at a high level, but at the same time, they generally care and they generally root for you. I remember at both my movie premieres, all the guys showed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they've been to my house. They've seen me at my lowest. When I lost one of my best friends 2 years ago, like, they were there for me. You see what I'm saying? Like, they pulled up right to my house. So it's like, you can't manufacture that, man. That's real. And I think that, you know, I know that, you know, like there are moments and there are people and there are communities that you're just meant to be a part of, and this is definitely one of them. You know, and I don't take it for granted at all. Got me in my feels, man. Let me just drink my water. What's up? It's your boy Ugochukwu, GoBoy Onianta. I'm a podcaster. I'm a producer. I'm an MC. I'm a play-by-play commentator. I'm a content creator. I'm a little bit of everything, but most importantly, I'm an all-star.
Perfect.
No doubt. That's it?
That's it.
All right, cool.